Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray, and we are here to jump into episode 10 of Desire, the series. So, last episode was quite the doozy, quite the turning point. I've been hoping for a turning point for a while now, and I do think it came a little late. But, oof. Everything went to shit last episode. Unfortunately, a couple of ruts and a couple of heats came on, and everybody, unfortunately, had unwilling sex with each other in a way that, quite traumatizing for a number of people involved. So, we're going into, but somehow, the two people who should know don't know that the other person was the person that has been by their side this whole time. Like, Xing doesn't know that it was Huang who totally jumped him in the hotel room. And Shimelang doesn't know that it was Gao Tu he had sex with, was the Omega he had sex with. Good Lord. Good Lord. So we one step forward, two steps back, I guess, if you want to call it something. So we're going into episode 10. We need full reveals in this episode because if we don't, we only have 6 episodes to get to know both couples as their true authentic selves. That is what I want to see. I want to see these two couples being their true authentic selves around each other and see how that dynamic is and see them work towards a genuinely healthy relationship. So I need episode 10 to deliver, y'all. And then I need the final 6 episodes to be the fallout from this and the actual progression of these relationships. Because I feel like we've been spinning our wheels for 9 fucking episodes, which is a long amount of time given the fact that this is only a 16 episode series. And there's not going to be a season 2, guys. There's not going to be a season 2. So, it's not that I haven't liked the series. I mean, it's been, enjoyable for what it is. But I need us to move forward. So, all right. Let's get into episode 10.
怎么我一说到他你就帮他不帮我？
Yes, Sis is here.
我的手术费是他帮我出的。
Finally, a
那我以
character
后
in the
赚了钱，我
story.
加倍还给他嘛。我觉得你在他身边过。
放开你，肮脏的Omega。
The slurs in the middle of sex was crazy. Sir? Yeah, not even when you're mid-stroke do you stop insulting Omegas. Get some fucking help, bro. You know he was saying it throughout. You know damn well. I'm sorry, babe. That's a bad first time. I assume that was his first time, given that he's been obsessed with Shimelang for his entire life since they were in school together. I imagine he has not dated anybody else. Jesus. Is he gonna go in here and smell the Omega scent and be like, smells familiar? Is he gonna see the hickeys and get psycho jealous? Because we all know that he's in love with Gao Tu. He just don't know how to fucking say it. Jesus Christ. And it's because he's mad and jealous and you don't know how to just say I like you. You need to quit your job. Regardless of the fact that you guys are friends, you need to quit your job. Get a different fucking job. Why are we this stressed out at work working with this man? He's gonna come by your place regardless. I guess he thinks that he'll never come by my place unless it's for work. Because every time he come over, he criticizes his fucking work ethic. Holy shit. First of all, I was taking care of my sister. Yeah, let's fucking talk about it! let's talk about it, sir.
花秘书发日期呢？
你别和他比。你能不能别一天到晚 omega omega 的
You're the one that can't stop fucking talking about omegas, bro. You're the one that keep picking it up. I'm about to jump in this fucking screen and fight this man.
你恶不恶心？还有，上次你陪我去 X Hotel 那回，你为什么会突然消失不见？难道说你和那个发日期的 omega 是串通好的？
Not him thinking that he pimped out his own omega to trap him. Sir, think it through.
好了，逗你的，谅你也不敢。等你回公司上班时，记得去 X Hotel 调查一下，看看那个藏在员工休息室随便爬人床的。
Oh Lord.
我知道了。
Not looking for yourself. This reminds me, okay, I know this is like a weird cut, but this is reminding me of The Good Place. Did you ever watch The Good Place? I don't want to spoil it, but it's not really a spoiler because this is like the first like 3 episodes or whatever, very beginning. So the main character Eleanor dies and goes to the good place, aka it's not really heaven, but it's kind of heaven. It's basically heaven, right? But we find out that she's not really a good person. This is like the first episode, so it's fine. She's not really a good person, so she got there by mistake. And then the guy in charge of the neighborhood is like, hey, can you help me find out what's wrong with this neighborhood? And the reason is because it's her. So he puts her in charge of helping him find the person that he's trying to find. And it's so funny, like watching her try and navigate this like tricky situation of like investigating herself, basically. This is what this is reminding me of. I hope we get funny hijinks out of this. But I think it's all going to be heartbreaking
你不是说不会
instead.
留 omega 在家过夜吗？
什么意思？
回公司时记得别带一身 omega 的臭味。
Jesus Christ. I need him to go to a sensitivity meeting. I need HR to just start running some programs at that company and be like, hey, we're all going to be taking sensitivity training. Boss, I know this isn't really about you, but it would really encourage the employees if you attended. And then hopefully he can absorb some fucking empathy.
你方便说话吗？
先不抓吧，看看地洞里的老鼠。
Ah, so he let him go so he could follow him. Got it.
明白。
I was like, the last time I was like, yo, did he just murder those guys and like stuff them in a closet? I mean, it's his hotel. He could definitely clean it up if he needed to. Oh, God. And he just thinks that Huang left him to save his father right after he was assaulted.
医生说效果特别好。按照这个势头，董事长的病情很快就能稳定住。
God, and he just thinks that he sold out the love of his life
您
to save his father.
我又不是医生。花友，
Oh,
阿勇
Jesus,
下
this
车，跟我回去
pantomime.。
阿勇，回家。花友，你要跟他回去吗？
Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. I need him to get caught. I need him to get caught.
花友，跟他回去还是留在我？
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Here we go. His crash out when he learns the truth is going to be so valid, y'all.
喂，你怎么了？
Oh, God. And that he's injured because he just... Oh, God.
听话，我走。
Is he still in his rut? Or I guess that's a question, because I feel like based on the show, their ruts and heats only last like one day, which is rare in an Omegaverse story. Like, I haven't read a ton of Omegaverse, but I've read enough to know that usually like heats and ruts are basically comps for periods, for people who have uteruses. And so typically they last, 3 to 6 days, something like that. In most Omegaverse stories. So now I'm wondering if he's like still kinda in the middle of his rut. And that's why he doesn't really want to go with him. But he's also using it as an opportunity to manipulate, because at his core he's a manipulator.
林总，能不能让我跟盛先生说几句话？
Fucking
你
bitch.
别哭啊！
I hate him so much. I mean, he's so fucking awful but funny, but I hate him. But he's so good.
没哭就跟我回家，好不好？
Just trash. This man watching this like, nigga, this performance. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. Just awful to this man. Like, yo, look at his face. He's like...
没哭就跟我回家，好不好？
Look at Shyamalan. All right.
你爸爸那个药，1个月要用1次。沈总今天只送了1瓶过来。
Holy shit.
姓沈的，是不是对你做了什么？
This is so fucked up, given that we obviously from last episode that Sheng Xiaoyu is a victim. Like, he has literally been assaulted last night. And so he's speaking from a POV of somebody who understands how Huang feels, or at least he thinks he does, because he literally just experienced an assault last night. And so that's what kind of makes this even more fucked up. Like, wow.
我不在乎，华阳。
Like, I'm not saying that he wouldn't be acting like this even if he hadn't gotten assaulted, because clearly the last time he thought that Huang got assaulted, he was also like this. He also didn't care. He just wanted him safe and everything like that. Like, but this is even worse this time around because he also now has experienced this. And like, his fucking emotions about that are real. He really experienced that. He really went through that.
我不在乎。
Killing me.
你跟我回家吧。
那是盛先生的爸爸。
He's like, fuck that old man. No, he's not gonna say that about his father.
你不
I
用
know.
自责的，
Even though he kind of should.
我是自愿的。
Instead of hating all these bastards, why don't you hate your cheating father more?
其实像我现在这样，
But we're not ready to examine that, I
跟谁
guess.
都无所谓了。
He's so pale. Like, stop hurting this man. So
你别
sorry.
不开心。
People are like, oh, he's not a green flag. And I'm like, I don't know if he's a green flag, but I'm going to tell you right now, he ain't a red flag. He's maybe like, aquamarine. Like, he's not a pure blue, but he's not a pure green, but he's not fucking red. And so he don't fucking deserve this at all. I'm so sorry. Like, him not wanting to be in a relationship at the beginning of this series and just dating a bunch of people and having sex with a bunch of people is not a crime and is not bad. I'm so sorry, but I don't have a problem with him not wanting to settle down or get married or mate anybody, yada, yada, yada. Was he arrogant and a little douchey as a CEO of a company and as an S-tier alpha? Yeah. But, like, he wasn't malicious. He wasn't horrifyingly mean. Like, he doesn't deserve this. I'm so sorry. He does not deserve this. Like, anyway, let's keep
这
going.
都是我自己的选择，所以你不用自责，你也不用想要弥补我。
Like, I feel like his arrogance at the beginning of the season is not commiserate with his breakdown. Like, those are not equal. Like, he was like a little douchey and a little arrogant, but he wasn't so arrogant that this needs to be happening to him to humble him. No. And I mean that thematically, story-wise. Obviously, Huang isn't doing this necessarily to humble him. He's doing this so that he can trick him into marking him, and then he has no choice but to be with him, etc., etc.
会有的，盛先生，忘了我吧。
你别走，哎呦，
He's losing his fucking mind right now.
跟我回家吧。
And if I'm Huang, I gotta be.
盛先生，
I,
或许未来有一天，你会发现，我没有你想象的那么好。
God, he's gonna look back on every single conversation with this man and be like, this motherfucker.
到那个时候，你也会发现，其实我也就那样。
No, you do kind of love the perfect ideal because you're not seeing the real him. Anyway, if I'm Huang, this is what I was gonna say earlier. If I'm Huang, I've gotta be like, I'm doing all this bullshit. I'm showing him some fake shit. Yeah, maybe he might want to cook for him, blah, blah, but it doesn't matter. The parts of him that he's falling in love with, not the real him, right? You gotta have absolutely zero confidence that he's gonna actually love you. This is the trap you're falling into, Huang, is that you are showing him the bare pieces of yourself, not even your whole self, like not even like half of yourself, like little pieces of yourself, and then hiding everything else, and then whatever you're not hiding, you're lying about. So all of your relationship up till now has been a fiction. It doesn't matter how much you still want to do these blah, blah things for him, blah. You want to cook for him. You want to, whatever, give him cutesy toys, whatever. Nobody cares. The parts of you that you're hiding and that you're lying about are still the things that he's falling in love with. So you can't trust that he's going to love your true authentic self because you're not showing him your true authentic self. There's got to be some kind of anxiety about that. There's got to be, which I guess could be reason why he hasn't revealed his true self yet. And why he probably wants to get him to agree to a permanent mark before he reveals his true self. Because he's like, ooh, the moment I do that, he's going to run from me, you know? Anyway, let's keep going.
男人最好永远锁死，别再出来祸害无辜。老子真的倒了8辈子的血霉。
Now, he's arrogant to the point of needing to be taken down a peg or two. I'm gonna be so fucking serious right now. Xing, I'm not saying that he necessarily deserves everything that Xing Xiaoyu is experiencing, but he definitely is so arrogant and douchey and terrible to the point where he needs to be taken down a peg. I'm so sorry. Anytime you create a hostile work environment for everybody at your company because of your own personal prejudices, you immediately need to be taken down. That's not even including all the shit with Gao too. I'm talking about how he operates his own company.
常秘书，
一个监控拍到了穿着同一件衣服的 Omega 是谁吧？
Oh, you don't remember what he was wearing? I guess not. Oh, I did read that he was supposed to be super blackout drunk when that happened. Shyamalan, I mean. Which I wish they had played it better in the last episode. I did rewatch the last episode, and there was a scene where Shyamalan is like standing at the bar and there's like 50 million fucking empty wine glasses next to him. I think that was supposed to be the moment we were supposed to believe that he drank all of those wine glasses and therefore was drunk. But the problem is that the acting didn't show that. I'm so sorry to this guy, but he did not act like he was drunk. And I actually don't even blame the actor. I think it was the directing. The directing didn't tell him, hey, you're blackout drunk. Okay? And we've seen alphas be drunk before because we've seen Xing Xiaoyu be drunk before. So we certainly know that alphas can get drunk. Their biology doesn't like prevent them from being, impacted by alcohol. So we should have seen him like stumbling through the halls, or when he heard the glass break and came in the door, we should have seen him, struggling. We should have seen rouge on his cheeks to show that he was drinking, and yada, yada, yada. Like, I think if they had just shown that, and then he got hit with the Omega pheromone whammy from Gao Tu, then it would have completely explained why he doesn't remember what he looks like, doesn't remember any much of that night. Because they certainly didn't. Like, I feel like the scene with Huang and Xing Xiaoyu was, like, tinted dark to the point where, yeah, it's... in real life, you would definitely see the other person, but obviously in a TV show, we're supposed to believe that it's too dark for him to recognize him, right? But they at least tinted the room to let us understand that. Whereas the scene with Shyamalan and Gao Tu, it was so bright in that lounge room, in that employee lounge, and it was like they forgot to tint the first scene. They tinted the scene when he started to remember it in his dream. They tinted it dark, but they forgot to tint it in the first scene. Sorry, there's an Amber Alert in my neighborhood. God. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes. They in the editing, I think they meant to edit it in post to make the scene darker than it was. For the first time that we see them in the employee lounge, but they didn't. They only did it on the second round. Which is unfortunate. It's like sometimes I feel like this show is being kind of held back by the editing and directing more than anything else. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
真的是你串通了那个 Omega？
我没有。
So now he's afraid that he's gonna find out that it's
吓得
him,
脸都白了。
and he's gonna hate him even more.
我们认识这
So
么久
he's
了
not gonna tell him.
你是什么样的人，我还不清楚。像你这种认死理的榆木。
Oh God, not him having to take medicine. I mean, thanks for being safe. Take care of yourself. I mean, thanks for the show showing it. That's what I mean. I hate this fucking man. Yo.
我想搬去科沃水。
His crash out is going to be so valid, y'all. I can't wait.
嫌我脏，那我也去洗洗，好不好？
Because he's an actual victim. Full moon, I guess. It's always a fucking full moon. I feel like every time they've shown the moon, it's been full. Jesus. He's being so kind and considerate towards him. This is so messed up. Ugh. Let this man in the fucking bed. But he's testing his devotion. Yada yada.
盛先生，帮我下来。
Thinking about the fact that he could definitely like bench press a fucking car. But sometimes you want to get treated like a princess, so I get it. I guess. Sometimes you just want to let a man sweep you up in his arms. I get it. God, and he's feeling like it's him. He's trying so hard to respect him, obviously. And the main reason he don't want to have sex is because he don't want to be the bottom, because he wants the bottom Xing Xiaoyo. So he's like coming up with this reason for like, and he's making it seem like, but it's also it's doing double duty, right? Because it's not just like, oh, I'm not gonna bottom for this man. I will do everything except bottom for him. He's saying that, but he also is testing his devotion because they've been together for well over a year at this point. I don't want to say well over. Maybe it's coming up on a year. It might be just coming up on a year. And they have not had sex that entire time. And it's, again, testing his devotion because this is the longest relationship that Xing Xiaoyo has ever had. And not only is it the longest relationship he's ever had, it's, at least for him, it's purely emotional and not, I'm not saying that he's not sexually attracted to Huang. Obviously, he is. But what I'm saying is that his attachment doesn't have anything to do with sex. It's completely emotional. So it's a test. It's, testing his, resolve and his ability to stay loyal. And Huang doesn't know this, but he's not going out with all these other Omegas and having sex with them. He's using the spray that he got from the doctor whenever he goes into his rut. So, like, he really has been loyal and completely faithful this entire time. I like his jams, by the way. I love a floral pattern. Do we think he got this floral patterns because he's now dating a floral scented Omega? Or in his mind, a floral scented Omega? He's about to say something. He's about to say something goofy. I knew he was about to say something so fucking cheesy. I would hate it. Oh, God. Oh, he's wearing all black today. A rare occasion in front of Xing Xiaoyo. He usually wears like white or pale pastels to really emphasize how innocent he is. These armbands. We need to talk about how kind of sexy those are. Those armbands are kind of sexy. I don't date a lot of men, certainly not these days, but I've never dated a man who like wore suits like this. I'm kind of into it. A library date. What is that like? What do you do on a library date? I've never been to the library on a date before. I mean, I love libraries. Back when I used to go to them more often. They're fun. They have activities and stuff. It's not just about books. Like they have events and stuff like that, and there's just stuff to do. Yeah, I guess if you and your partner or your person, I guess you could do it with a friend too if you both like books a lot. Yeah, going to the library would be fun. You grab a bunch of books you want to check out. You go to one of the tables and you just hang out. Just be a little quiet, when you're talking, whispering in corners. Maybe, use one of those little private study rooms instead. And not do anything crazy in there, but you have some privacy and you can talk louder. You can be on your own. Yeah, I guess a library date would be fun. Even if there's not an event. You just get a couple books you think you might like and you try them out together and, show each other and say, hey, thinking about taking this one home. Oh, it's a series. Grab them all. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can see that being fun. Never mind. I take it back. I respect this library date. Let's keep going. Crazy to have. Yeah, I guess that's why they got to do a fee, because I'm like, ooh, they're drinking over the books. But they're also both rich, so who cares if they spill on the book? They can just pay the library and compensate them. We done? We gonna talk? Ooh. What's about to happen? Oh, I thought he's about to come over. Oh, no, he came over. We had it.
沈先生，我想挑几本书看，你这样我根本没法专心，怎么挑呀？
Yeah, don't do nothing crazy in this public space.
我们家花勇这么
God.
粗，
He's got his hand around his throat. Oh God, not Atlas holding up the world.
找个空旷的地方，我马上就来。
No, find a doorway. Do we not know proper earthquake etiquette? Find a doorway. Oh, get under the table. But you're right, though. You shouldn't be in the middle of a bunch of fucking book stacks. That's terrible. But like, there's a table right there. I guess it depends on how heavy. But it's a library table. Usually those are really thick and heavy and, should be able to support. Well, they're a bunch of, supernatural beings, though. I guess we'll see. Hold on. Or under the table, if it's strong enough. And it's not like a rickety folding table. I'm about to find out in the library. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Go to sleep. Oh, it's not over. Oh,
观
fuck.
众朋友们，大家下午好，现在是东八区时间4点30分，图书馆别馆 VIP 阅读室倒塌，2人被困。
Oh, sorry. Are you saying this earthquake specifically targeted this one building? That was a goofy news report. I am okay with that area getting the most, or the being like the epicenter or whatever of the earthquake. But I need it to not just be this one building on this street. Like, come on. It's going to be the whole, like, block at least. At least the block. Also, there's only 2 people inside this. Like, well, they didn't say that. They said they were only 2 people that were trapped. Never mind. Okay.
内河区突发地震，震源深度约为3000米，全市有
3 kilometer
进河区
epicenter.
图书馆别馆 VIP 阅读室倒塌，2人被困。
你就待在河侧，等我忙完手里的事，也去看看小青。
谢谢。
Oh, I guess that's a good point because he must know his little sister because he's known him for like 15 fucking years. So, oh, I guess probably, no, I'm probably exaggerating because I think it was only like 8 to 10 years maximum, right? So, but that's still a long time for him to not know his sister. So he must have met his sister. But she ain't got a good impression of him. Oh, that's a good question. She's an alpha, right? What level of alpha is she? Is she an S tier? Is she A tier? I'm actually super curious to know what level it is. Obviously, she's ill, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, clearly, we know in this world that S tier alphas can get sick. Like, so that's not a... this isn't one of those worlds where S tier alphas never get ill, never get sick, never get injured. It's just that they're highly durable and it's less likely. But if she has like some kind of, you know, she has some kind of hereditary disease or something like that, then that's, you know, not going to change just because she's an S tier alpha. It might be a disease that specifically targets S tier alphas. Who knows? We actually don't know what she has. That's a good point. We don't know what she has. I'm actually quite curious about his little sister. And after this procedure, is she going to... obviously, we know that she's younger, but is she going to mature and kind of grow into her power as an alpha? And what does that do to their family dynamic? Like, obviously... he's her big bro and he's been taking care of her basically her whole life because he's damn sure her dad ain't doing nothing for them. So he's basically both her brother and her father, essentially. But he's also an Omega. But, you know, in this world, alphas have Omega parents, so they must, like, listen to their parents and obey their parents, etc. I guess it depends on if that alpha has respect for others and for, you know, other secondary genders. Or if they're an asshole like Shimin Lang, who, you know, just blurts slurs about other genders all over the place at every opportunity. Good Lord. So I guess it depends. And she has, last time we saw her, she very much had a good relationship with her brother. So I think she definitely respects him. And doesn't treat him like shit. Because obviously doesn't treat him like shit because he's an Omega. Yeah, I'm just very curious about Gaotu's family situation. That's all. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh god, these two trapped in the fucking library together. Oh god, does he still have like the ceiling on top of him? Yeesh. Can you push it back off of you? There we go. Oh god, is the rebar inside of his shoulder? Bro. Oh no. Oh, no, you should probably leave it in. Oh, you should probably leave it in. Oh no. Well, you probably should have left it in, but it's okay. Too late now. Maybe he'll heal faster if he takes it out. I don't know how fast he heals. No, he doesn't heal that fast. It still takes him a few days, even though he only had like some hickeys and some, scratches. So, oop, not our phone still working. All right.
地震。
They almost died. Dead ass. Okay. So at least there were other people in the library. They didn't just pretend like it was just them two. Budget.
我刚缓完射出来。
We got 2 ambulances.
有点站不稳。
这里跟上。
听说1楼西面的 VIP 阅读室都塌了，您就在这里上班。听说连施工的工程队都是盛放指定的。
Oh God.
该不会是豆腐渣工程吧？要不。
Oh, not his terrible reputation. Oh no. I'm sorry, Xing show you. Is that your dad? Did your dad oversee the construction of this building? They're like, oh God, not this shoddy ass building work. Oof. Oof. Okay, so that's a plot point. It's a plot point that this is the only building that collapsed. I take back what I said. You know what? I should have had, well, I can't say I should have had faith because the writing has been a little. But I respect that it's actually a plot point that the building, this is the only building that collapsed in this earthquake because there was something wrong with the construction. And they're about to have a whole damaged reputation. Who's in charge of construction? Oh God, is it going to be one of his siblings that actually oversees like the construction side of their conglomerate? Did I say cousin? Anyway, Xing Xiaoyu's siblings. Did I say siblings or cousins? I can't remember. Either way, is it going to be one of his siblings that actually had, management over the construction side?
纳税大户盛放生物捐的呢。我老公以前就在这。
你不该给我个解释吗？解释我会给你，但不是现在。
Yeah, we are in the middle of almost dying. Let's give it like 30 minutes.
你刚刚上到了头，会觉得头晕吗？
Yeah, he's smelling the pheromones finally. His full pheromones, not masked by suppressants, right? Because this entire time he's been smelling the orchid scent, he's basically been smelling the top note, right, of his scent, but not all of the what is it called? Oh God, I'm not great with scents, but there's layers to scents, right? So he's been smelling the surface level because of the suppressants, which is why earlier he was like, oh, orchid? Is that you, Huang? No, wait. No, it's too dominant. There's all this other stuff happening with the scent. It's not him. It's just similar. Like, no. You've been smelling him through a filter.
你就是 X 控股那个神秘人。你不要生气。
Everything's a
手心
manipulation.
出这么多汗，堂堂 P 国的无冕之王也会因为
No, that was blood, sir. Look down at your hand. You're not, this wasn't sweat. It was blood. Also, he's clearly injured. Even if it was sweat, it would be completely reasonable for his body to be secreting and perspiring. Perspirating.
堂堂 P 国的无冕之王也会因为谎话被拆穿。骗你是我不好，你能原谅我吗？
No, not in the moment. Not right in the moment. Give him a couple days.
滚开！你离我远点。道歉。
Don't be angry.
你道了歉，我就要接受吗？
Fair.
你的嘴
Valid.
是金子做的吗？
Valid. Valid crash out. Valid crash out, though. You lied to him for almost a year, bro. Just give him a few days to calm down. Yeah, it wasn't sweat, it was blood, bro.
怎么会弄成这样？我只是不想和死人待一起。
Fair. I don't
上当受骗就已经够晦气了。
Got scammed. You got full on calm. He's a grifter. The full grift. Oh, not the end of the episode. Right when we were getting forward movement. All right. Good episode. I feel like we are finally going to be seeing a lot more forward movement and progression in the emotional connection between these two, because now he gets to be his true authentic self around Xing Xiaoyou and gets to let Xing Xiaoyou meet the true him and fall in love with the true him, you know? Obviously, you know, Xing Xiaoyou wouldn't have dated him because he would think he was another alpha. I'm not going to get into the Enigma stuff yet, although I'm sure he also, if he had found out he was an Enigma, one, he wouldn't believe it. He would just assume that he was another S-tier alpha. But, you know, like, and that's totally valid. Like, you can date whomever you want to date, you know. He wouldn't have given him, you know, the time of day back in the day. Which, again, totally valid. You're not obligated to date somebody just because they want to date you. But the problem now is that you've built this whole relationship on a lie, and now he knows that he has just spent almost the last year being conned, being lied to by the person that he loved most, the person that he was most open and intimate with in every way, obviously other than actually having full-on sex. But he, you know, that's not the point. He has sex with a lot of people, we know, because he had like a bajillion fucking exes in the beginning of the series. Sex is not the way to show his intimacy. Sex is just sex for him. It's the emotional intimacy that he has shared with Huang that has made him so vulnerable in every way. In every way. And so to have that be betrayed by the fact that it was all a lie from his POV, it was all a lie. That's what's hurting him the most. You know, I feel like he might have even, if he was feeling the chemistry, if the chemistry was strong, he might have even turned around on his stance about dating another alpha or dating an enigma, you know? Like, we don't know, because Huang chose to actually just lie to him for like 10 months straight. And manipulate his whole life. Okay, yeah. I do want to say, sorry to pivot a little bit, but I do want to say I did like the detail that the collapsed library wasn't just, you know, a random circumstance. It was like actually a plot point, which clearly is going to get brought up again later, because otherwise why mention it? So we're going to see a further damaging of the company's reputation that Xing Xiaoyou has to recover from. But are they implying that it was his dad's construction that was shoddy? That like his dad cut corners on this building, which almost killed his own son? That would be fucking hilarious. Are we ever gonna meet the dad, do you think? Like, cause the dad's alive, we wouldn't be doing all this to get all this medicine if he wasn't. Are we going to meet him later? Or is he forever going to be off screen? We did meet the sister eventually. We did meet Gaotu's sister, so it's totally possible, but I could see us not meeting him until like the very last episode or something. Because it's only the shadow of him that's important to the narrative, until the effect that he's had on his children. So yeah, I could see us never meeting him face to face. And just hearing about him off screen. Yeah. Anyway, this is a good episode. Oh, we still didn't get any real significant major forward movement with Gaotu and Shyamalan, other than Gaotu finally snapping about like, hey, what is your beef with Omegas? But we, it certainly didn't actually fully have Shyamalan confront his own biases. Because it doesn't matter why he's saying all this stuff. It's still microaggressions. It's still messed up. It doesn't matter that he doesn't know that Gaotu is an Omega. Even if Gaotu was an actual beta, it would still be crazy inappropriate for you to be constantly talking about my Omega partner like this in front of me. It's so messed up. Even if I didn't have an Omega partner, even if I was just, you're an alpha and I'm a beta, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to you talk shit about Omegas 24/7. Like, imagine if you got two men in a room and like one of the guys is just constantly shitting on women all the fucking time. Just misogyny every day. The other guy's just gonna stand there. He's not gonna say nothing. Not gonna say nothing. Terrible. Fucking awful. Still fucking awful. So I don't care why he is. I don't care if it's about, oh, this is him being jealous and this is him expressing. I don't care. If the way that you express jealousy is prejudice talk, then you need to go get some fucking help, bro. Anyway. That's where we are with Shyamalan and Gaotu. Sis is getting more and more treatment. Hopefully she'll, be stronger. She'll be cured and get out of this, get out of the hospital from this, made up disease that we don't know the name of. Which is fine. This is a fantasy world. They're all like fantasy creatures and whatnot. But I'm hoping we'll get her out of the hospital at some point and actually just operating out in the world as Gaotu's sister. It'd be real funny if they moved in together. And then Shyamalan couldn't come over and be a dick anymore. Anyway. Good episode. It was a good episode. I mean, there were a couple of moments that were like, but, they recovered. And we got some serious forward movement in the plot. So I'm happy. Anyway, I guess excited to jump into episode 11. We have 6 more episodes before the end of the series, and then we're done. Can you believe it? I don't know what's going to happen after. I mean, I know, like I said, I did read some rumors that these two are planning on being in another series together, potentially, and they're shopping around. But that could change at any moment, given how precarious the situation is, with BLs from out of China. So, who knows? Speaking of which, I started Kill to Love. I started recording the episodes for Kill to Love. I'm actually going to watch the next episodes after this. I think the next episode dropped today. I think. Yeah. Should be the next couple episodes today. So, I will be watching those. It's Labor Day weekend, so we have 3 days. I have a 3-day weekend. So hopefully I can get a lot of filming in this weekend so I can catch up and then do a lot of editing. That's the editing, man. It's the editing that takes the longest time. But if I can get through more episodes, I'm not gonna release Kill to Love on Patreon yet because I have so much going on over on Patreon. It's just gonna have to wait. And then probably after this, I'm going to release Meet You at the Blossom. So I've recovered all but one episode of Meet You at the Blossom. So I'm going to work on editing that. One episode is just gone because the audio was just so messed up that I couldn't do it. Unfortunately, one episode of that was lost. It wasn't the finale, it wasn't the premiere or anything like that. I'd say it's actually probably the most, inconsequential of the episode, so you guys aren't going to miss much from that episode. Thankfully, it wasn't one of the big tentpole episodes of Meet Yet Blossom, but I feel like I want to edit that one first and put that out on Patreon first before Kill to Love, just simply because I shot this a while ago and I've only just now been able to recover the files and hopefully be able to put it out for you guys. So it's been waiting in the bank for a long time. I'm also trying to recover some other shows. I updated my Patreon list to show you what shows that I completed and which I'm like the pin post on my Patreon shows what shows I've completed and filmed and that are in the bank but I haven't edited, which ones I'm currently releasing, which ones I'm currently filming. And I updated it recently to show which ones have corrupted files and I'm trying to salvage but may not be salvageable. So I might have mentioned them in the past during a recording or something like that, but unfortunately because my hard drive, something happened with my hard drive, I lost a bunch of stuff. Including half the legends. I don't think I'm going to be able to salvage the legends. Sorry, guys. With Bailu. It was a great series, too. Well, it wasn't great, but it was good. But I'm going to try with some of these other episodes and files. And, I've got an expert in working on it, etc., etc. So, we'll see. But, anyway. That's enough shop talk. I'm looking forward to the next episode. We're going to hopefully wrap up this series very satisfactorily. I just need to see these two interact as themselves. And so now that the truth is out, most of the truth is out, at least. Not everything, not the whole manipulation that he's been doing with Shen Lang and everything, but I'm sure it's going to follow in the next episode that Xing Xiaoyu is finally going to figure out that Huang has not just lied about this one thing, that it's like everything about their relationship has been a fiction. Not just that, but he's also been manipulating him on the professional plane as well, because he knows now that he's the leader or the head of X Holdings. So he's going to think back to every interaction he's had about X Holdings and it's going to go, wait. I need to see them in a professional setting as himself. Like, I need Huang to low-key do a face reveal. Because now the person that he wanted to hide it from knows, so there's no point to hide himself to the public. So I need him to have like a public face reveal and news members there, reporters, everything. They're like, oh my God, the mysterious leader of X Holdings reveals himself. Yeah. I need it to be a circus. And then I need to see him and Xing Xiaoyu and Shen Lang interact on a business level. I don't necessarily need like a long, extensive, full episode of like business talk. That's not what I mean. I want to see these three professionals that are so unprofessional, all three of them so fucking unprofessional. I need to see them interacting in a professional setting and being unable to keep their shit together. Anyway, it'll be fun. All right, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. If I get this up on YouTube, go on over to Patreon if you're interested in full-length and early access to this show, as well as other shows I have on my channel. As I mentioned, right now I am releasing this show, as well as Pit Babe Season 2, as well as Shine, the series. I'm also releasing Us, the series, and Whale Store XOXO. And if you like Chinese dramas, I'm also releasing the story of Kunning Palace, starring Bai Lu, over on Patreon. And then I'm actually going to start Desire over on YouTube next week. So look forward to that. I'll be doing 2 episodes a week just to try and catch up. Hopefully I can edit them far enough ahead so that I can maintain that 2 a week. I might end up doing 4 episodes and then dropping it down to 1 and then maybe releasing Shine. I could do that. I can work on editing down Shine and then put that up on YouTube. Yeah, maybe I'll do it that way. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter.